Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
Well, certainly not government roads. Yeah, you can have a road if you want, but you got to put a gun to my head, make me pay for it, maintain it, tell you where it goes, where it can't. No, I just go to space. Hey, we got roads in space? I don't think so. Now, the one thing that I just want to make sure that you understand, it's all the freedom that you want between the ears. It starts with you. We all know this. It's just, I know it's so frustrating, isn't it? Think about it. I was in my mid-20s in the 80s. I graduated in 79. I'm, having children and so on. I just had my fourth kid by, I guess, 88 or so, 89. And I'm getting involved in, my father's company to export to Europe. And, I'm coming across all that. That's what got me going. I'm going, you lying sacks of snot. This is, you're talking about, like, every day, whenever the media gives a number, they always got a program or a government deal to change the number. Interest rates too high, too low. Prices of whatever too high, too low. Inflation rate too high, too low. Whatever they can start going. And it used to be the trade deficit. They're really hammering on this manufacturing. We got to do something to do something to do something. And they, of course, made it worse. It was the plan. It was never about us. It was always about them. Well, I could see it. I just happened upon in the right place at the right time. I go, oh, you should not have made me mad. I will never go away. Because I had just had my fourth child. I knew where this is going. So I'm not alone. There's a lot of people out there. And what happened is that we had in the last few years, a lot of you are out there. Yeah, you guys are ready, aren't you? Well, hopefully you're just surviving, and maybe a lot of you have been living, rent-free, and you're going to be foreclosed home for the past year or two. Cool. Well, hopefully you were saving that money. Hopefully you were buying food to go underneath your bed and get ready to go in some container that you're going to be able to store somewhere and you don't die. Did you learn some skills? Did you plant some seeds? Did you learn how to raise some chickens? Did you? Huh? Well, if you didn't, there's, the internet. They'll tell you all about it. Well, they got, net neutrality thing they're passing. We'll talk about that a little bit too. But what I want to go on now, let's go ahead and do this thing on this gold. When you start having vending machines that are distributing gold, when you have companies that are able to put them in cars, when you actually start trading in this, now this KB Gold thing, we'll talk about it later. We're getting more information after holidays. We'll have the guys from Germany come on the show. We're already talking to them. We're getting, I want to get a full, understanding of this before I go endorse and everything. But we're positioning. You go check on it, KB Gold. What happened is that you have a company that can extract gold from the ground for about 500 Federal Reserve notes. All right, costs about $500 an ounce to be able to take it out. Well, spot is 1,400 or something, and you're going, I think I'd avoid the middleman and just go and get me the maximum from somebody. How do I do that? Well, they take the gold and they refine it. They get it assayed, and they put it in these cards, and they get their little hologram, and they make it all kind of pretty perfect and so on. And these guys have been around for a while, so they're checking out so far. We've been checking on this since the summit. There was a gentleman that came to the Freedom Summit that was also at the gun show, and he set up a table there and had these cards and talked about the program. And he lives here in Glendale, Arizona. So the guys went over there, and they go, "Wow, this is such a great idea." And he's going, the heck was I at the gun show for with thousands of people there? I got more traffic here at Freedom Summit. It's just, we're just a small group. We're just having fun. We're just enjoying ourselves. But we know a good idea when we see it. There's the idea. If you can take straight from the ground and make your own denomination, small, half gram is like, $20, $30, $40, depending on what the price of gold is. You go in there and you say, all right, here's the value right there. Take it. It's an affordable allotment. You can actually trade it, or you can get your change in silver, whatever. So they do this, and it costs them what? I don't know. It's worth doing. So what do? You get to buy it at spot. At spot. Right now, you're buying gold. It's, I don't know what. It goes anywhere from $30 to $100 an ounce, depending on the frenzy. I remember it was averaging about $80 a year or two ago. I was paying over $3, almost $4 a spot for Philharmonics in ounces of silver. I mean, I'm going, dang. That's when I found out about junk silver. It was only 70 cents over spot for the content of silver in it, and it was U.S. minted coins. And I go, I can do that. I can do that. I'll buy a bunch of that. I'll even trade in some gold and get that. So that's what I did, because I could see what was coming. You're going to need to make change. You're going to need to be able to get your gas tank filled without having to throw around cougar ants. So what we're going to do is we will talk about this, but this is what happens. I'm not even sure how they market it. We'll get into details on it. But what they're doing is distributing these gold half-gram pieces to be used in trade. How much of that has to happen before it starts sending it into a frenzy? When is the top of the gold market? Now, you hear a lot of things, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 50,000. If you took the base price of how many dollars were in circulation with gold back in the 60s and do it now, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars per ounce, compared back then. I mean, think about it. You got one dime that was 10 cents in 64. That dime is now worth about $2.20. Now, what percentage is that? Like a lot, so that's just inflation. Okay. So if we know this, if we know it's going to get worse, if we know the day after the election, it's Wednesday, Ben Bernanke gets up and says, we got QE 15, 16, 17 in line, whatever we need to do, we're doing more now, we'll do more later, and here it comes. Ooh, what are you going to do? Are you going to plan for that? What did I do? Went and bought a bunch more beans and rice. That's what I did. So these are the kind of things that we know is coming. So if you start getting this into the system and the culture, the mindset, you'll know when the top is. I'll tell you when the top's going to be. When all of these advertisements and on the street corners and all of these little vendors and these vending machines and everything, when they come out and say, instead of we buy gold, we sell gold. When they start doing we sell gold, then you know. When it's the convenience store clerk and the shoe shine boy are all buying gold and trading in, you're probably somewhere near the top. What's that going to be? I have no idea. But that's the indicators. And we got some articles we'll talk about on Freedom's Phoenix right now talking about this. Let me go ahead and play you this segment so that you kind of see this is where we're starting. It's already starting to hit the lamestream media, the media so last century.
A vending machine, you think soda, chips, maybe some candy. How about a machine dishing out gold bars?
I'd like to meet that one. It is the first gold vending machine, and it's actually in a local mall. News Channel 5's Liz Nunez explains.
Got any spare change, like maybe a few $100s worth? How about a gold bar from a vending machine?
I think it's great. I'm trying to push her into letting me buy one for somebody.
Milton and Florence Schneider are the first people in the entire country to get their hands on the gold.
Who do you want me to give it to you?
The gold-to-go vending machines are already a hit in Europe, but this one in the Town Center Mall in Boca Raton is the only one in the U.S.
We seen the commotion. We're like, what's going on here? What is this? And then they unveiled it and said gold ATM machine, but I never knew that they could make it into an ATM. Where you can get it so conveniently.
We have made this machine especially for shopping small gold gifts.
The machine can hold up to $150,000 in gold and automatically adjust its pricing every 10 minutes to reflect the going rate. Buyers can choose exactly what size and style of gold they want using a touchscreen. Then the machine releases the gold in a stylish black box.
Make one-stop shopping, come in, select the item, put the cash, take the gold, go out. Very easy.
And for those worried about security, the machine is flanked by an armed bodyguard and monitored by a small army of cameras.
I think it's the best thing, best gift. They put it away and it'll mature later on.
Right now the machine only takes cash, but they're working on making it credit card friendly as well. The company hopes to have at least 30 of these gold vending machines up around the U.S. by next year. In Boca Raton, Liz Nunez.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Oh, what do you got? You get it before the top hits. It's going to be a while, but now's the time. We'll be right back here on Declare Your Independence. Talk about this some more.